Hi, everyone. So, this week we're learning all about the solar system. We're talking about outer space, we're talking about the sun, the moon, the planets, the stars. We're talking about the job of an astronaut and what they do. So, today, what we're going to talk about, we're going to compare the sun, the earth, and the moon. And then I'm going to send you a link for a great book called There's No Place Like Space, Said the Cat in the Hat. And it's a Dr. Seuss story. And it's a really, really good story about space. So I'm going to send you the link to that story. So let's get started. All right, so we have the sun, the earth, and the moon. Now, if we were talking about the sun, the earth, and the moon in real sizes, the sun, let's say, would be the size of a basketball, okay? Sun is big, much bigger than earth. The earth would be the size of, let's say, an orange, and then the moon would be the size of a grape. Okay, so the sun is much bigger than the earth, and the earth is much bigger than the moon. Now, let's talk about the sun. The sun is a medium-sized star. So really, the sun is just like any other star in the sky. It's just much closer to us. So it looks different. We see it differently. It looks much bigger and brighter because it's much closer to us. But the sun is just a star. Its gravity holds all the planets in place. So all of the planets revolve around the sun, and we're going to talk about what that means in just a few minutes. The planets all move around the sun. The sun gives them their gravity. Now, if the sun wasn't there to give them their gravity, they would be floating around all willy-nilly. And now, the sun also is a very important ball of gas. So the sun is not a solid mass like the earth is. Like we're standing on the ground of the earth and we know that there's rock under us. It's solid. The sun is not like that. The sun is made up of gas. So we can't see gas. It's really invisible. But there's so much of it, and it's so hot that it's on fire. Okay? And that's why it's so bright. It's just a big ball of gas. And it's so important to us because it gives us all of our sunlight, it gives us all of our heat, it lets our plants grow, it lets us grow, it gives us a vitamin. When we are outside in sunlight, we get a vitamin called vitamin D, and it's very important for us to get our vitamin D. All right, let's talk about the earth. Now, the earth, the green part is the land that people live on, and the blue part is the water. The earth is mostly made of oceans. The earth is mostly water. So, the earth is a rocky planet with many different types of land, many different atmospheres. So, we know we have the North Pole and the South Pole where it's very, very cold and people can't really live there. There is places on the Earth near the equator, which is the very middle of the Earth, that are so burning hot. There are deserts. There are rivers and lakes and swamps and so many different types of places on Earth, more than I can even tell you right now. It's a very diverse, that means lots of different things, planet. Earth is the only planet that has living things on it, as far as we know. So we have people and animals and plants, and Earth, that's it. There are 7 or 8 other planets, and Earth is the only one that has people and animals and plants living on it. Okay, so here's where we're going to talk about rotating and revolving. And I'm going to use some props. So here is the sun. Okay, the sun is in the center of everything. Everything moves around the sun. And this is called revolving. Okay? So my pear, which is Earth, revolves around the sun. Okay? And it takes a whole year for Earth to go around the sun one time. That's revolving. Now, let's take our Earth and talk about rotating. Earth rotates once a day. So one whole day is how long it takes to get from here back to here, okay? So the Earth does that in one day. It spins around every day, okay? And that's why we have day and night, because our sun is over here, and when our X is facing the sun, we have daytime. When our X rotates away from the sun, we have nighttime. That's why it's dark at night, because we're not facing the sun. Cool, huh? All right, let's move on to the moon. Our moon is like one big rock, okay? It has no atmosphere. There's no air. No one can live there. Nothing can grow there. It has a lot of craters. Craters are the dots that you see. They're holes in the surface of the moon. There's a lot of holes called craters. The moon revolves around the Earth. So while we're revolving around the sun, the moon is revolving around us. And there is nothing living there. So there are no people, there are no plants, there are no animals on the moon, except maybe the man in the moon. Just kidding. So that is our sun, our Earth, and our moon. Okay. I'm not going to read a story because I'm sending you the link to the story, but we do have 2 fun crafts today. One is super easy, that's why I'm doing 2. So let me show you the first one, and then we'll move on. So the first one, you're going to use my very famous paper plate. You are going to, before you do anything else, you're going to draw with a black crayon. And of course, I can't find my black crayon. Oh, there it is. You're going to draw with a black crayon the craters on the moon. So it's not going to be neat. you're just going to make some spots, basically. So it's kind of going to look like a Dalmatian. At first, but then we'll fix it. Okay, so I drew some craters on my moon. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take some black paint and you're going to take some white paint. And I lost my white paint. Hang on. There it is. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to take some black paint and some white paint, and I'm going to mix them together. And what that is going to make is gray, because the moon really is gray because it's really just rocks. So I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to dump it out. And I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to squeeze it out. Come on, black, cooperate. There you go. All right, and I'm going to mix them together. And it's going to make gray. I need a little bit more white. Okay. And I'll show you. Okay, and my white and black paint, and I'm just mixing them together. All right, now, and you don't even have to mix them till it's totally, you could leave it a little marbly like that. Okay, then you're going to take a piece of tin foil and you're going to crumple it up, okay? And we're going to paint with the ball of tin foil. So, you have your moon, you have your gray paint, dip your tin foil into the gray paint, and you're just going to up and down paint with your tin foil. Okay? And don't worry about getting every spot because the moon has a lot of craters, so it's not going to come out perfect. Okay? And then you have your moon. So that was a quick one. So I'm going to do one more. All right, so let me move my moon supplies out of the way. And let's go on. Okay, for this one, you need a toilet paper roll, half of a paper plate, and then some glue, maybe some tape. We'll see how it goes. Watch this first, and then you'll find out what you need. Okay, so we're going to take this plate and we're going to make a cone out of it. And then we're going to cut our cone. Okay, so it's like that. And we're going to get our cone inside of our toilet paper roll, okay? And we're going to tape it on so it doesn't come off. And then we're going to cover the whole shape in tin foil. And tinfoil is very easy to cover things with because it kind of molds to whatever it's on. So I have some more tinfoil here, and I'm going to use the shiny side because I want my rocket ship, that's what we're making, to be very shiny. And I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to wrap I'm just going to wrap the rocket, and the extra you can stick right into the bottom of the toilet paper roll. Okay, so now we have a shiny rocket shape. The last thing that we're going to do is we are going to take a piece of paper and we're going to draw the fire coming from the engine when the rocket launches. So, you can use crayons, paint, markers, whatever you want for this. You're going to need lots of reds and oranges and yellows to make fire. Okay, so I have lots of colors here, fire colors, right? All right, and I am just going to go nuts. I'm just going to scribble and make it look like fire. Wow, all right. This does not require any artistic skill. I am really just scribbling all the colors until you get something like that. Okay? Then you're going to cut it out. And you're going to tape it to the inside of your rocket so you can see it on the outside. And you've got it. There is your rocket launching. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Cool, huh? All right, my friends, enjoy. There's No Place Like Space. It's a really great story, and I will see you tomorrow.